Hi, boys and girls. All right, so it is still week 2 of our online PE, and now we're ready for assignment 2. Okay? So when I spoke to you last time, we were focusing on the learning target for this week called P.E Egg Style. So we are still using that as our main idea, eggs style, but now we're on assignment 2, and we're going to be focusing on underhand throwing, overhand throwing, and we're going to be throwing both of those types of throws for accuracy and for distance. So again, the learning target, I can use various pieces of equipment and skills so I can do and or create a variety of tasks and activities. And these tasks and activities are going to focus on the skill of overhand and underhand throwing. Okay, so we're going to start out with underhand throwing. Just a quick review, boys and girls, of our cues. We remember you want to face the target. You want to swing your arm back, whichever your arm is that you are dominant with, and then you want to step with your opposite foot and then follow through to your target. All right, so in a little bit more fluid motion, face the target, arm back, step opposite foot, and follow through. All right, so right now, if you come over here and you look at all the different pieces of equipment that I was able to gather up here at home, I've got my Easter basket still, and I've got my variety of Easter eggs. Some are big, some are small. I've even got the golden egg. You can be creative and deem one of your eggs to be something special. All right, I've got different size baskets. Went into the laundry room and got some more baskets. Got a mop bucket, found a Frisbee. So anything that you want to use, boys and girls, for your targets, you can, okay? All right, so again, if we don't have the Easter eggs, all you need is about 4 or 5 throwing objects for this activity. So I'm going to take my paper again. I'm going to ball up that paper. So, all right, so I've got 2 of them so far. Make another one real quick. But boys and girls, if you have throwing objects in your garage, maybe stuffed animals, maybe wiffle balls, anything that you can use to throw, again, make sure you've got permission. Make sure you've got a workable, safe space outside, okay? And make sure you're respecting your neighbors, okay, boys and girls? All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is throw for some accuracy using underhand. All right, so I am going to set my baskets up here. And I might have one here, and I might have one here. And maybe here and here. Whichever way you want to set them up, you can. And then give yourself a goal, all right? So I'm going to step right here and make sure I'm going to face my target. And I'm going to tell myself which one I'm going for. I'm going for that brown basket. So I'm going to face that target. I'm going to swing my arm back, step with my opposite foot, and toss. Yeah, all right, coach, I got one. So now maybe I say to myself, I want to make 2 in that same basket. And then I'll go to another one because I'm focusing on my accuracy right now. Okay, so I'm aiming for that target. All right, so face it, arm back, step. Sweet, all right, give myself a bat on the shoulder. I got 2 out of 2 for that brown one. All right, so now I'm gonna narrow my target and maybe I'm gonna go to that small purple basket, okay? So I'm gonna face it, I'm gonna swing my arm back, I'm gonna step, and I'm gonna toss. I missed, but that's okay. And remember, boys and girls, we could be using our eggs for this as well. So I'm gonna try a couple of eggs this time. Oh, boys and girls, take a look at my field. There's some chickens. And we've got eggs and chickens. What do you know? I couldn't have planned that any better, boys and girls. All right, so here we go. I've got an egg. I'm gonna face that purple target. Arm back, step, miss, but that's all right. I can continue working with that smaller size target or I can move on. I think you get the idea, boys and girls. So I scattered my targets. You could have your targets scattered. You could have your targets where you go from small in a line, boys and girls, to medium size, then to a larger size, something similar to that. Again, there's no right, there's no wrong. However you want to set it up, you set it up. The focus, though, is using those cues for underhand tossing. Whoa, I got that baseball egg inside that black bucket. I'm gonna try my paper one more time. And again, focus on those cues. Arm back, step with your opposite foot, and follow through. Have fun, boys and girls. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna be moving on to our overhand throwing. Okay, so again, remember our overhand throwing, we have two cues that are different than our underhand throwing cues. We're gonna now turn side to the target. We are going to make sure we put our arm in that L shape. We are going to still step with our opposite foot, and we're gonna follow through. All right, so I can have my same setup, boys and girls, and I can be working on an overhand throw to aim for these targets. So this time I'm not gonna face them, I'm gonna turn side to target. Put my arm in an L. I'm gonna aim for whichever basket I want. I'm gonna go for that brown basket at the very end. Arm in an L, step with my opposite foot, follow through. I didn't make the brown one, but I made the white one. So I'll give myself a pat on the back. Now, because I'm throwing overhand, usually we wanna focus on having more force. Usually that's the kind of throw where you are gonna kind of throw for distance. We still want accuracy, but we're gonna go throwing for distance. So I'm gonna take another egg, and I did pretty well, but I wanna have a little bit more force in order to try to get that brown basket if that's the one I'm going for. So I'm gonna have my arm in an L, side is to target, step with my opposite foot, a little more force. I got close, I missed, not a big deal. And remember, a lot of it is gonna depend too on the weight of the object you're using. So boys and girls, eggs are made out of plastic. They're really, really light. Caution right here, please don't use real ones. Please don't use real ones. Let's make sure we are being responsible and we're using those responsible behaviors, okay? And let's respect our neighbors again. All right, so boys and girls, that's one way you can do your overhand throws. You can have targets set up like this, or maybe you could have targets of distance. So I'm gonna take these things out of the way real quick and move them over to the side. Gather up all my throwing objects again, because I wanna keep reusing them. So maybe this time I'm gonna have a pool noodle, okay? I can use that, and I can make that my starting distance. So now I want to continue focusing on the overhand throws, side to target, arm in an L, step, and this time I'm going to make sure that all my objects go over the distance that I first created. So I'm going to throw, very good, get reset again, throw, barely got over, a little bit more force, elbow out, arm in an L, and throw. One more, arm in an L, focus, and throw. All right, so they pretty much all went over the first distance that I set for myself. But I still want to kind of focus on that accuracy. So let's say I kept that distance the same place there. And this time, I get in position, side to target, arm in an L, step, but I let go over there. Now, boys and girls, remember the last cue that we want to focus on for both types of throws is to follow through. Follow through. So right now, when I let go of that object, that basketball egg, I let go over here, and my target is in front of me, which is side to target, follow through all the way to the front. All right, so once you get done with that, maybe you had a jump rope. You can use a jump rope as something for either distance, or boys and girls, we could have the jump rope for the first task where you could create a circular target or make some type of design out of your jump rope and use that. This could be for distance and accuracy, whatever you want it to be, okay? So again, if you kind of create yourself a goal, if you can get 3 or 4 at that distance, then start challenging yourself. So I would take this and maybe move it 3 more steps. 1, 2, 3. Now this is where I'm going to put my new target. I'm going to gather up my throwing objects, and I'm going to hustle back. make sure that I'm continuing to focus, because what happens a lot of times is when we're in such a hurry, we do this. And boys and girls, I know that you know that that's not correct. I didn't have side to target. I didn't step with my opposite foot. My arm, I don't even know what it looked like, but it wasn't an L. So make sure you are slow, think through your critical cues, and focus. So again, side to target, arm in an L, step, throw, a little bit more power, because I have further distance, okay? I want to make sure I throw up a little bit because it went down too far to the ground. All right, it's getting there. And grab a couple more of my eggs. Here we go, side to target, and throw. That's what I'm talking about. Side to target, and throw. Yeah, baby. So look at those two. They went right over my target, and they were within the boundaries of the accuracy that I was looking for. So boys and girls, if we come back and take a look at our learning target, okay, for the focus this week of P.E Egg Style, we were using a variety of pieces of equipment. We had household items that we were using for targets. We were using household items for our balancing activity with the spoons. We used money. Boys and girls, there was a variety of things. And what I'm suggesting you don't have to use, that's just a suggestion. And then when we moved on to doing our second assignment, our focus was on the two types of throws, underhand throwing, overhand throwing. Okay. Have fun. That's what I want you to do, boys and girls. I miss you so much. We all miss you so much. We are Lithia Springs Lynx, okay? We are united no matter if we are together or we're apart. But right now, have a wonderful week. We're in week 2, and I'll be seeing you real soon for next week's lessons, okay? All right. Take care, boys and girls.